Hi students, coming to the next topic in the subject software engineering was UML. So actually this is one of the unified modeling language. So with the help of this UML language, we are designing the software project. UML stands for Unified Modeling Language. Okay. So actually this UML, it is an industry standard graphical language for specifying, visualizing, constructing and documenting the artifacts of software system. So that is a definition of unified modeling language. Actually this unified modeling language is we call it as an industry standard graphical language. So why we are using this graphical language? For specifying, visualizing, constructing and documenting the artifacts of software system. Actually this UML uses mostly graphical notations to express the object-oriented analysis and the design of the software program. So it's just to design the software program and to express the analysis of the object-oriented program, we use these graphical notations. So UML combines the techniques from UML, Unified Modeling Language, combines techniques from data modeling, business modeling, data modeling, business modeling, object modeling and component modeling and can be used throughout the software development lifecycle. So this unified modeling language combines all these modeling techniques and throughout the software development lifecycle. Now let us see what are the modelings. What is a modeling and the different types of modeling. There is a difference between UML model and a set of diagrams of a system. Actually, if you take any diagram, a diagram is a partial graphical representation of system model. Just it is a diagram that is used to represent the system, that is a pictorial representation. A diagram is a partial graphical representation of system model. So UML diagram represents two different views of system models. What are those two views of system models? UML diagram represents two different views of system model. So what are those two views of system model? So one is the static model, or we call it as a structural view, and another is, the second one is dynamic or behavioral view. So the dynamic comes into the behavioral and the static comes into the structural. So what is this? A static view and the dynamic view. So these two views, or the UML, or whatever the UML diagram you have taken, that represents two different views of system. Either it prefer the static view or it is a dynamic view. Based on the user required and based on the configurations of the system, they can prefer any of the view, and we are going to develop the UML diagram with the help of this static or dynamic. Now let us see what is a static, that is a structural view. The view emphasizes the static structure of system. So this static structure of system can be emphasized by using objects, attributes, operations, and relationships. That you call it as a static view. And what is the example for this? The static or structural view example is a class diagram. Class diagram, or you can take the composite structural diagram also. And now coming to the dynamic or behavioral view. What is a dynamic or behavioral view? Here the view emphasizes the dynamic behavior. So here it is a static behavior and here it is a dynamic behavior of the system by showing collaboration among objects, So in the static view, this view emphasizes by using the objects, but dynamic is showing the behavior of the system by showing collaboration among objects and changes to the internal states of object. So by seeing this, we will get that an idea, that means dynamic is nothing but is going to change some operation. It is a dynamic behavior. The behavior is changing. The object's behavior is changing. The static is a constant. It is a structural view. By using this this view emphasizes static structure using the objects, attributes, operations, and relationships. And what is the example for this dynamic view? The example for dynamic view is sequence diagram, activity diagram, state machine diagram. Okay, so this is a two modeling. The modeling techniques can be followed either graphical view, that is a structural view, or the behavioral view. The UML model can be, you can draw, if it is a class diagram, it is a static view. If you are supposed to draw this sequence diagram, activity diagram, state machines diagram, then it comes under the dynamic view. So let me just give the overview of the UML diagrams. So that is a UML model diagrams, Unified Modeling Language diagram. So here it is a diagram. So whatever the diagram, that diagram is divided into either structure diagram or behavior diagram. The diagram means the concept can be drawn in structure diagram and it shows the behavior diagram. The whatever the project you are taking, whatever the module you are taking, that module can be represented in structure diagram and behavior diagram. You have to represent in both ways. So structure comes the profile diagram, class diagram, composite structure diagram, component diagram, object diagram, deployment diagram, and the package diagram. So these are all comes under the structure diagrams. So all 7 diagrams will comes under the structure diagram. Now coming to the behavior diagram. Behavior diagram is it showing behavior, means the dynamically the changes will be done, means the flow will be going on. So that is the activity diagram, use case diagram, interaction diagram, state machine diagram. So again this interaction diagram maybe you call the sequence diagram, communication diagram, interaction overview diagram, and the timing diagram. So this sequence, communication, interaction, timing will comes under the interaction diagrams. So this shows the behavior of the system and this shows the structure of the system. This is the UML diagram overview. Thank you.